Hey now friends, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got a little bonus video for you. I saw Alina with A7X Nails on Instagram do this gorgeous purple mani, and it just made me think I haven't done a really good purple mani in a while, and I had been craving some beautiful purples. So I knew exactly which one I wanted to use. I have a beautiful purple from Vivid Glam Co that I hadn't used yet, and I've been dying to, so I figured this was the perfect time. And it is called Grapeful, and it is a beautiful, like rich royal purple with a shimmer in it. Oh, it's divine. And if you're wondering about the labels on here, the company used to be called Vivid Dip, and she did change the name to Vivid Glam Co. So I believe she's just trying to use up some of the old labels here. So along with Grapeful, I'm going to be using Wink, which is a very pale purpley blue. And then I also have this glitter called Peri-dise, which is exactly what it sounds like. It is a periwinkle chunky glitter. So what I'm going to be doing with these colors today is I'm going to be showing you how to do a super easy glitter ombre. So if that's a look you love, but that's a technique you've been struggling with, I've got one here that's pretty beginner friendly. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then stick around, we're getting into it. Let's get our purple on. So we're going to put Grapeful on our thumb and ring and pinky, and then we're going to put Wink on the first two fingers. And then we'll do the glitter ombre with Peri-dise over top of Wink. So if you're curious about the mani on my right hand, that is my Soul Dips mani that I did with the dips from their Pumpkin Spice Weather collection. I'll have that video linked if you missed it. I would definitely go check it out. I know a lot of those dips are still in stock. So we're going to be cutting out most of the basic dipping process, but I did want to show you that with Wink, which is the color we're going to be doing the glitter ombre over, you don't want to go in with too many layers. You want enough that you get opacity, but the fewer the layers that you can do that in, the better, because you have to remember we're going to be going over top of this with glitter, and then we'll be clear encapsulating on top of that. So that's definitely going to add some thickness. So again, the point here is get some layers on and get the opacity you want, but try to keep it as thin as possible because you'll be putting more product over top. So I just did 2 layers of Wink on those 2 fingers, and keep in mind I do have builder gel on, so I do get some strength from that. So if you're not using builder gel and you're just dipping over your natural nail, you may need another layer or 2 over that.
We watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay.
So now that I've finished with Wink, I'm going to go ahead and activate, and I'm doing this for 2 reasons. One, I'm going to be going in with Grapeful next, and that one has a shimmer in it, and I don't want to have to worry about my shimmer contaminating my solid there. And then also we're actually going to end up filing and buffing before we do the glitter ombre, and we need to have that activated so that we can do that. And the reason why I like to shape and file before the glitter ombre, I'll explain here in a bit. And now it's time for that gorgeous purple. So I am going to cut most of this out again because I'm trying to get to the technique here, but I had to leave a little bit of it in because you have to see how this goes on. This shimmer is incredible. Ugh, I live. My purple heart is screaming with excitement right now.
I'll be okay till the sun goes up, yeah. For a little moment,
Okay, so we've got all our beautiful colors down and we're ready to go into our glitter ombre. And the reason why I like to file and shape before I do glitter ombre over top is, remember, you cannot do very much filing shaping with glitter. You're going to end up cutting into it, and that's not the effect that you want. So it's better if you go ahead and file and shape those nails and then wipe them down with alcohol, and then you can do your glitter afterwards. And I would do this whether I was using gel to ombre or dip liquids. Okay, so as you can see, I already did the first one here. I'll be doing the middle finger with you. And for this technique, I will be using gel, and that is the easy part of this easy glitter ombre. You can definitely do this technique with dip liquids, but gel to me is the easiest one to do this with, because you literally can take all day and mess with it until you're happy with it, and it won't set until you cure it. Unlike dip liquids, which are going to dry, you only have a certain amount of time to get your ombre the way you like it. So that is the easy part in this technique, is to use gel, and you can still use your clear coat over top, so I will show you that here in a bit. So all I did here was put a thin layer of gel base down, and then I'm taking a fluffy brush and picking up some of that chunky glitter and just tapping it over top. And notice how I kind of have my nail angled down, and that is because I don't want it going all over the nail. I want most of that coverage to be on the very bottom towards the cuticle area. Now that I have those laid down, I'm just going to go in and gently pat those glitters into place so that they're not sticking up, just like I would with dip liquids. But again, nothing is set here yet. This is still wet because I haven't cured it, but this is a good time to go ahead and pat those glitters down flat. And then as you can see, I start to move things that I'm not happy with. So if I don't like the placement of something, I can remove it, I can move it. And again, I can take all day doing this because nothing's going to set until I cure it. Okay, so once we're happy with that layer, we can go ahead and cure it. And then what I'll do is I will go ahead and do the exact same thing. I'll do a second layer, and this time I will try to make sure I get more of those chunkier pieces hand placed. And you don't have to do 2 layers, you could just stop with 1, but I did not get the coverage I wanted with just the 1 layer, so that's why I'm doing 2. And that's pretty typical. I usually do end up doing 2 layers. I think once you see this part, you'll realize why I like this method so much. I am such a fiddler. I mean, I literally will sit here and fiddle with these big chunky glitters all day, and it's a little ridiculous. I know it's not necessary. You don't need to take as long as I'm taking doing this, but it's just me, man. I love to mess around with it and try to make it perfect, which of course there is no such thing as perfection, but that doesn't keep my type A personality from trying, so. Okay, and once we get that second layer cured, I like to take a lint-free wipe with a little bit of alcohol and just kind of tap it over the top. And all I'm really doing here is just trying to remove some of that excess powder and then any of those little tiny glitters that didn't quite stick. That way when I go in with my liquid for my clear top coat, I'm not spreading more glitter all over the place. So I don't know that it's 100% necessary, but it definitely helps when you're trying to put your clear coat on. So as per usual, you're going to want to encapsulate your glitter in something. If you're happy enough just using your gel base and gel top to go over top of that, then by all means do that. As for me, I don't like to feel that texture on my hands, and sometimes, especially with the chunkier glitters, just putting a layer of gel base and gel top on it doesn't quite smooth it out enough for my liking. So I'm just taking my dip base again, now that I've cleaned it off, and going back in there and just putting a layer on there and dipping in clear. And again, that's a preference thing. If you're happy enough encapsulating in gel, then you can just do that. And in case you didn't already know this, anytime you put clear over glitters, actually anytime you put clear over anything, scrub, scrub, scrub to make sure you get that excess clear off so that you don't have speckles or cloudiness. Okay, and since we have a clear coat over this, we'll go ahead again and we will activate again, and we will file and shape. And I'm going to leave that in for you this time. I'm going to speed it up a little bit, but the point of me leaving it in there is just so you can see that most of my shaping is going to be done around the sides and then over that part that doesn't have glitter over it. You really need to minimize the amount of filing and shaping you're trying to do over glitter, even with that clear encapsulation.
We watch the sun go down over the same old town, like so many times before. We look at the same old stars, battle the same old wars, like so many times before. And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay, stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. Stay. No, you're gone in the morning, but I'll be okay if you stay. If you stay.
Once you're happy with the finished look, you can go ahead and go in with your top coat, and you can see here that I'm using gel, but if you prefer a dip top coat, then absolutely go in with your activator again and then top coat as usual. But I happen to love gel. I just love the longevity and the shine that I get from it, so that's pretty much what I use 99% of the time.
And I know that we're not perfect, but I'm gonna miss all that we had. Yeah, I know that we're not perfect, but I need this night for the last time. Stay.
And here's the finished look. And I don't know about y'all, but I am absolutely obsessed with this mani. This is one of those where I'm like, man, I really wish I didn't have peel base on, because I could have worn this for weeks. It's just beautiful, and I love the gorgeous purples, but I also love the holographic shine from this glitter. I mean, the whole thing is just stunning, so love it. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and finish here with my Candy Skincare and Pumpkin Spice.
Till the sun goes up, yeah, for a little moment. Just hold me closer, I'll be okay. Till the sun goes up.
So what do you think? Are there any colors you guys are obsessed with right now? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. And let me know what you think of this finished look, because I am loving it. So what do you think of this technique? Have you guys tried something like this? If not, do you plan to? I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, it would help me out so much if you would give me a thumbs up down below. And while you're there, I hope you'll also consider subscribing before you go, and don't forget to ring the bell so you get all those notifications. And that's going to be it for us today, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.